There's one hike in New Zealand that gets spoken of above all else. A hike that manages to crash the booking system year after year. Permits sell out within minutes, granting fortune to a select few, and leaving the rest disappointed. Day 1. Glade Wharf to Clinton Hut. Distance 5 kilometres. Time approximately 1.5 hours. A short first day sets you up for your 4 days of total immersion into the heart of New Zealand's pristine wilderness. Unparalleled natural charm. Being here really lets your mind wander into life's profound questions.
Who would want to fight between a sandfly and a march fly?
What's a march fly?
You don't know what a march fly is?
No.
You guys, oh,
I know what a sandfly is. What's a march fly?
A march fly is a big ass fly that bites.
So, okay, it's like what? So it's bigger than a sandfly.
It's like I don't know, 10 times as big, 5 times as big.
See,
it's like a big blowfly size.
I mean, that's a loss for Australia. I mean, I'd rather a sandfly than a big ass thing that's going to bite me. I'm going to give 1 point. Ding! There you go, 1 point to New Zealand on this one. Okay, man down. Somebody has a wet butt. And it's me. Leaky bladder. It's not even like an hour into
20 minutes in.
20 minutes in. And yeah, coming out of here. So, and this is the third hike it's been on. So this unfortunately is a dead duck. Thank goodness we've got a couple of extra bottles of water. Oh, and I put what is it? I put that stuff in it, and it's not all sticky.
Oh, you put hydrolyte.
I put hydrolyte in it. 4 days with a sticky butt. No.
So we're just passing the Glade house. So that used to be the first night's accommodation because you were never originally able to get across Lake Tiana. The Glade house is now private accommodation that you can book. And now I see a swing bridge coming up. A site called 2 Mile Hut. There's no hut here anymore. It's long gone, taken over by nature. But this hut was originally built in 1889 by the government for a man named Quentin McKinnon and his team. So McKinnon and his buddy Ernest Mitchell were tasked by the government to find and create a tourist route into Milford Sound. And they did it. And that path was subsequently named McKinnon's Pass. And we're going to come across that later on in our hike. He tended to the track, he guided people, he carried mail, he explored here for many more years until 1892 when he went missing. He was on a boat trip across Lake Tiana. They found his boat wreckage, but they never found his body. So maybe today is the day that we find him.
Fueled by an unwavering determination to uncover the remnants of Quentin McKinnon, I thought I'd check in with a few of the locals to see if they'd seen him.
You only live once, right? Woo! Oh boy, she's chilly. You have to deal with me with no shirt, I'm sorry about that. But if you remember the root burn video, I hurt the front of my leg. And unfortunately, the same leg is going through some agony this time. I popped a calf not long ago. And I went for a Thai massage yesterday to try and get ready for this. and it felt okay this morning, and then about half an hour ago it started to pinch in a big way. So hoping the water settles this and gets us back on track. Calf's sore, man. So we make it.
Dougie's current ailment brought up a familiar theme of our past hikes. Where there is a Dougie, there will be drama.
Yeah, this is torturous. This one, arduous. It was a constant struggle. All right, I got to create a little bit of drama in the show. I'm adding the drama. I'm bringing the drama.
Maybe he will be joining Quinton sooner rather than later. Dougie made a beeline for the hut while I checked out the wetland walk sidetrack, to which I discovered that only around 10% of New Zealand's original wetland systems remain, making the scene before you that much more special. Probably the cutest experience I've had with one of those little South Island robins. They're so cute and so mischievous, the way they just come right up to you, carefree, checking out what's going on. I do think that robins are my spirit animal, because whenever I go hiking in Australia, I always see a robin, whether that's like a flame robin or a yellow robin or a pink robin, and it just feels like they're looking out for me.
And if no volunteers are forthcoming, then I just go home now and have dinner. I don't carry on with the nature walk. So come on, somebody. Whoops. Come on. Thank you very much. Saving the day. Have you had a practice go already?
No, but
Not for good anyway. Look at that. Well done, you. So you can try and beat the record of 6 minutes if you like.
I have no idea how to do this. So.
That's all right. It's against your back, and then swing it.
And you need to just like
rhythm.
go side to side. Yeah.
Yeah, time.
Oh, okay. I think I got it.
Yeah, you got it now. Woo!
It works.
It does. You look like you've done that riding the bulls or something.
Pretty confident I can do it. Well, I'm semi-confident.
So just to reiterate, Dougie's calf is giving him hell, and we're not quite sure if he should turn back or not, or keep going.
Yeah, I don't want to be an idiot, but at the same time, you know, we've come this far, so it's a really tough decision to make, and hopefully I've made the right one. So basically we're just going to walk for a little bit to hopefully get to the falls. If it starts to seize, then I'll turn around, which is disheartening. I just don't want to get flown off on a helicopter. I mean, that'd be terrible. Great shots though.
And I'll just keep filming.
About an hour into the walk this morning and the leg's holding up. I think it could be the painkillers though, but it's making me think of the Tongariro video, the first hike I did. There's a line in there that Hayley put in saying,
That's the beauty about hiking. You always take it one day at a time.
and I said to her, we had a little debate about this while she was making the video. I was like, because it was my first hike, all I was thinking about is just one step at a time. And you were...
One day at a time. You just think about, what's today's weather? What are we doing today? Where are we going?
Yeah.
How many hours is today? One day at a time.
So what do you think? Write down below. Should you be taking it one day at a time or one step at a time? Because currently with the leg situation, every step I make is a win.
Life or death. You almost just want to hike the whole thing in your bathers.
Pretty much, eh? You know where you're going, Hayley?
I'm a bit unsure, actually.
It'd be good if there were some signs to show us the way.
Yeah. Or some arrows or something.
Arrows are good. I like arrows.
Yeah.
It almost looks like she's got a spotlight on her.
Day 2. Clinton Hut to Mintaro Hut. Distance 17.5 kilometres. Time approximately 6 hours. Gazing into the sparkling waters of the Clinton River could almost convince you that your eyes are turning blue. Plenty of variation today, with my favourite being the imposing rock walls that rise dramatically either side of the Clinton Valley.
So we were told that this whole area is actually quite dry at the moment, and you can see that by the level of the river, but you can also see behind me there would have been the waterfalls running right down the side of the mountain. So there's no water there at the moment, but still looks epic.
If you've got a bit of cash to spend, you can do a guided walk and they'll give you lunch and stuff. It's really nice apparently, but Hayley and I are sort of, you know, on the budget for this one. But one thing we can use is it's just over here. We're allowed to use the toilets. And bandage time lapse begin. Bandage roll complete. And so is lunch by the looks of things. Thanks, Radix. Old brand boy over here. These people were really good to us and they just gave us a whole lot of meals. And the food is, like the breakfast they had this morning, like 2 mornings now I've had their breakfast, 800 calorie. Just so, I'm normally grumpy in the morning, right? Normally really grumpy, and I've just had so much energy. So I think that's really helping.
Thanks, Radix.
Thanks, Radix. Another thing that I want to mention, if you get chafing at all, try Gurney Goo. It's from a guy named Steve Gurney, who is, I think he's a trail runner or something from New Zealand. Oh, New Zealand! Ding! That's another point there. And it's sort of a mix of what tea tree oil, beeswax, and petroleum and so forth. And it just stops the chafing. So put it on the shoulders and then the gut as well, wherever the backpack's kind of ripping into. How are we going with the hike?
We are not halfway.
Oh no.
But we will get our first view of McKinnon Pass today.
Right, so it's, what time is it?
12:30.
Wow. We're not even, it's halfway through the day and we're not even halfway.
Filming! Yay!
Yeah, look, we gotta get our hustle on.
Well, the thing I'm most excited for is Hidden Lake, which is the halfway point. But you can swim in there if there's enough water. Well, you can swim anywhere, actually.
So many places to swim here. But the one thing you gotta look out for is mozzies. It goes back to the fly conversation, right? You can definitely tell it down here. And the flies are bigger. It's like Australia.
I feel like I'm cheating by eating these meals, but...
That you're not making your own. Well, you do have one of yours. Actually, we've got to feature Hayley's one that she made.
That will become a recipe. I just need to take photos of it when I eat it.
I'm sure they care about that.
I care about it. And if someone cares...
If someone cares.
then you too can feel their passion.
Before I win an award for philosophy, it was time to dive into more of the day's highlights.
Because I love signs so much, we have the sign for McKinnon Pass, which means if you look up, you can just see McKinnon's Pass, which is where we will be tomorrow. Cool.
Too late for the naked swimmers.
So the Milford Track is known for being one of the wettest places in the world. So who would have thought that it would be perfect for swimming? Like so hot that you actually want to jump in the water. So that was Prairie Lake, which was really beautiful with the water coming down the side. It was actually kind of warm, and that's coming from me. So yeah, very refreshing and really great great thing to do for just over halfway of our day so far.
Doubting if any view could exceed its current state, the towering walls above continue to guide your path as you set in for the home stretch to the hut. Coming for you, Quentin. Don't you worry, I'll find you.
Alright, this is a quick little message to my mother, Cindy, who went on the Lake Waikato Moana hike with Hayley. If you saw that video, you'll know the one I'm talking about. Mother, here we are at Milford. This is day 2, doing 18 kilometres or 16, 18 kilometre walk, but with filming, try to double it. Maybe not, but we met an 82-year-old today. Okay, she wasn't doing what we're doing, she's doing the guided tour, but she was cranking away. And you're around the mid-60 mark and you're saying that you're too old? I don't believe it. Here I am with a sore leg. Get out of here, girl.
Speaking of sore leg, this might be the perfect occasion to have 2 sore legs.
So, as I was walking, I was protecting one calf and then I've done something to the other. So now I'm sort of walking with 2 done calves. Yeah, I think it's got me. We're nearly there, and I see my potential road for tomorrow. Oh, so not funny. Quite disheartening, really. But yeah, hopefully not. But I think. Don't film this. This is me at my worst.
Literally crawling to the home.
Oh man. Oh man. Aussies are getting a point on this one, aren't they? Okay. Oh, sorry. Hello there.
Day 3. Mintaro Hut to Dumpling Hut. Distance 13 kilometres. Time approximately 6 to 7 hours. Today presents both the biggest highlight and challenge, heading up and over the pass. The sun had decided to take a day off today, leaving a rather mystical touch. But as written on the wall of Mintaro Hut, the weather provides no special favours for the individual in this mountainous country, and we must take what we get on the day.
So we've stopped to film this little time lapse. It is 10 to 11, so it's been what, 2 hours now. Yeah, it's a beautiful view. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, that's
Stunning.
That's amazing. It'll never do it justice too. I should actually stand here so you can see it in the background. I'm getting eaten by bugs, but legs are holding out. Just taking some more paracetamol. So legs are holding up good, but it was a bit of a hike.
Yeah, super sweaty.
Yeah, it's there's about 11 levels to it, going back and forth, zigzagging up the hill. But it's cool. We can see the hut from up here, and we've got some beautiful mist on the mountains.
So we overheard that you can eat these little berries. They're like blueberries but white. So trusting just what we heard, we tried one and they're actually delicious. But hopefully we don't get diarrhea later.
That's the last thing we need.
Okay, to be fair, the person we overheard was an actual hiking guide. I'm not a berry connoisseur, so you didn't hear any of this from me. Well, we haven't found Quinton McKinnon yet, but we did find his memorial. Erected by the Gaelic Society of NZ and the Otago Rugby Football Union, assisted by the government in honour of Quinton McKinnon, explorer, who discovered this pass in 1888 and who in 1892 was drowned in Lake Tianau. I still wasn't giving up hope on finding Quinton. In fact, I'm formulating a theory that this Kia could be the reincarnation of Quinton. Either that, or it's about to lead me the way. Highest point on the track, 1,154 meters.
You mentioned you say how old you are and you've done this hike before, but I just want to prove to everybody how old you are and that anyone can do it, but that's all right.
I'm 81.
Yeah.
I'm doing it with my granddaughter. I did it in 94, 95, I can't remember. My uncle of 83 did it with his daughter.
Yeah.
So I thought if my uncle can do it, I can.
You are such an inspiration. Honestly, you really, really are. And you're also my first Milford hike hero. Thank you so much for the painkillers yesterday. I appreciate it so much.
I always carry a little extra for other people.
Everybody's just so lovely, right? Everyone's willing to help, and yeah, it was really kind. So thank you so much. But
Okay.
this is joy. Joy. I've got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where?
Perched atop, you'll find McKinnon Pass Shelter, providing protection and respite from any wind or rain.
So we're not allowed in there, but we're allowed in here. Because we're independent.
Hey Dougie, did you know there has been over 5 shelters on this pass over the years?
No, I did not know that.
Fun fact, some of them have been taken down and replaced with bigger, more comfortable shelters, but some of them have literally been blown off the mountain. So I think that's a pretty good indication of how exposed this area can get. So it's a really nice spot to have some food out of the wind. That's what we're doing. With that, we were refueled. It was time to leave behind the heights and begin the journey downward.
Oh, I'm feeling low again. They said I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Oh, I'm feeling low again. They said I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know how to treat me, no.
first downhill bridge. It looks like you're walking like me. Slippery. Yeah, man. On our way down still.
Luckily, we are not in an emergency, so we will be going right to the Milford Track, not the emergency track.
Well, not yet anyway.
No avalanches.
This is crazy. Just get out of the city, mate. Come out here.
I'm feeling low again. Ain't shit I owe to them. They don't wanna let it go. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know it. Hold you treat me no. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know it. Hold you treat me no. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know it. Hold you treat me no. Give it every piece of my soul. You say you don't know it. Hold you treat me no.
Pretty much just made it down off the pass. The knees are a bit tender, but next highlight to go will be Sutherland Falls.
If the waterfalls tumbling off the sides of the mountain weren't enough, the next stretch of track has an abundance of surging cascades. I lost count. There was this one, and this one. There was even water flowing from the sky. The descent spans nearly 1,000 meters from the top of the pass to the hut below. So give your knees a break by taking in all the glory of the falls.
Yep, that's what I'm glad I don't have. The roaring burn. Bridge time!
What do you feel? What do you don't feel?
You can be here all day filming, and that's why we're late. That's why we're running super late. Mint, let's see what it looks like, eh? So what's the plan, Stan?
So, not that I feel like it, but I'm gonna go to Sutherland Falls, which is 45 minutes that way, 45 minutes back here, and then another hour to our hut tonight. I think Dougie, due to his calves, is gonna go straight to the hut.
Alright, bye Hayley. Bye. Be safe. Get some good shots.
Just beyond the turnoff for Sutherland Falls, you'll find a shelter where you can leave your pack. Donald Sutherland was a Scottish settler who resided in the area. In 1880, Sutherland and his friend John Mackay set out on an exploration to chart a route to Queenstown. What they found instead were these magnificent falls. They estimated the falls to soar 1,000 meters high, which would have made them the highest in the world. This news quickly spread, capturing the public's imagination and helped spur on the development of the track. It was 8 years later that survey work by the government revealed the actual height to be 580 meters. Despite this revision, they remain breathtakingly beautiful.
Alright, so it's 6:06 and I've been on a descent for a while now. I left Hayley at about 5:30 and so I'm expecting to get there probably in the next half hour. I feel a bit bad for scarpering on Hayley. The reason for that, and I feel guilty, is my medication started wearing off at 6 and I can start to feel it now. So I've just stopped here for a little bit and then, yeah, hope she's alright. Bit of a descent, but I'm sure she's getting some lovely stuff. I should be there though.
.26 is just before the bridge, so that gives you 3 full miles there. If you take, say, an hour and a half between
Okay, so Sutherland Falls, depending on your definition of a waterfall, this is actually the tallest waterfall in New Zealand. It is huge! Well, looks like another point for the Aussies for going to see Sutherland Falls.
Thankful for the extra light given by daylight savings, I stopped off for a quick dip in the river and arrived at Dumpling Hut shortly before 9 PM. Exhausted but fulfilled with a day of adventure.
Last day!
Day 4. Dumpling Hut to Sandfly Point. Distance 18 kilometres. Time approximately 6 hours. Sandfly Point earns its name from the infamous sandflies. According to Māori legend, the goddess of death, Hinunui Te Po, unleashed the sandflies upon Milford Sound to deter people from lingering in a place of such beauty. She feared that the magnificent landscape crafted by Tutaraki Whenua would be so captivating that people would be drawn to settle there indefinitely. The sandfly is referred to as Te Namu, but try not to let these tiny tormentors deter you from enjoying the day ahead.
Welcome to Mackay Falls.
So this is called Bell Rock. It used to be part of a riverbed where the waterfall would hit it and hit it for so many years. And one time there was a huge flood and it flipped this rock upside down. And so now we are able to go inside it, and it's 4 meters tall inside. It's shaped like a bell because of that water hitting it for so many years.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
One thing I've noticed is that the cicadas get so loud that it's like going to a concert. When you walk through the area, then you walk out of it, your ears are ringing, it's that loud.
Keep an eye out for the impressive workmanship by early track builders. The path has been chiselled away from the solid rock bed. When you reach the top of the cutting, you'll see some of their names carved into the wall, including the year of 1898.
Who would win in a fight, Marmite or Vegemite? And I'm talking Marmite, New Zealand Marmite, not UK Marmite.
New Zealand ain't known for no Marmite.
Oh, are you afraid?
Vegemite will take you on any day.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? I agree that Vegemite would win because Marmite is just nicer. Well, Marmite wouldn't fight, get it? He's nicer. No, this is a win for New Zealand. Bing.
You guys don't have a song about it, so.
But all the little excuses in the world. Settohike. I hope you appreciate this, man. She's working her butt off. Look at that sweat. Look at the sweat. Oh man.
Snack break. Sandfly dance. What's your sandfly dance?
You weirdo.
I'll just dance by myself, shall I?
Just in case you thought your hike couldn't possibly include another waterfall, you'll be treated with a goodie. Giant Gate Falls, standing at 30 metres in height. It's quite a popular stop-off for all hikers, including those on day trips. It's also equipped with a shelter and toilets.
Obviously the toilet situation, once again on these great walks, are pretty phenomenal. But I've noticed one thing on Milford, some of the toilets, not all of them, some of them have 2-ply toilet paper instead of 1-ply.
Can you see the amount of sandflies that are here? Oh. I'd rather a sandfly than a big ass thing that's gonna bite me.
Now we are on the home stretch. I think we've got about 45 minutes left. Very happy.
If you want to see Lake Ada, you got to come and see it for yourself, because I ain't filming this anymore with these sandflies.
They're all following you.
I know.
Dougie just had his theory on sandflies. Dougie, would you like to say that again?
If sandflies communicated and got together to take over the human race, they'd easily wipe us out, I reckon.
My little fun fact that I learnt is that sandflies can bite 1,000 times per hour. So it does seem like the error guard is not doing a thing. I swear I sprayed some directly onto a sandfly and he just stayed there. Maybe I'm so tasty.
So right about here is where the track widens, and from what I understand, in the 1800s the head of tourism for New Zealand heard about Sutherland Falls and decided to get a whole lot of prisoners to come and work on the track because they wanted to have a horse and cart to go all the way through. It's a long way to go, and this is as far as they got. You've seen the hike, right? You've seen how crazy it gets, but to have a horse and cart go all the way would be pretty insane. What were they thinking? Oh, hello there, just on my horse and carriage. Just going to pass you now on the wide load. Not long now, Warnock.
Tension's rising.
I think it's the final mile marker. Yeah, boy! Final mile marker! Woohoo! Here we are.
Get your high fives ready.
Get your high fives ready. I'm ready. I'm ready, spaghetti. Here we are.
Shall we?
Sandfly Point.
Guys, I'm just back. Probably about 5 minutes away. Just heading over now.
It was in a 1902 article that the Milford Track was first described as the finest walk in the world, a sentiment that continues to echo beneath our feet and before our eyes. If you get the chance to hike this unforgettable journey, remember to keep an eye out for Quentin McKinnon. He might just be around the next bend, enjoying the view.